Good morning, everyone. This is Imagen TV, episode number 27 or number 5, season 2, and this is about creative selfies. And this one is part 3, and this is Levitation. And like I said, you have to be good in Photoshop to do this one, but it comes with practice. The remote controller, they call it the TC-80N3. And any controller, and I'm going to look at the app from Canon on my phone to see if I can do that with it. This kind of picture, it will help a lot to have this kind of tool, because what I did for that, I put the interval every 5 seconds and I put like 20 picture, and I position myself, and because the position was so difficult, as you can see, I'll show you exactly the position I had to take. I had that one, and that was at the beginning. You can see my foot is directly on the sofa. I had that one, but I kept that pose and I was pretty happy. Okay, when you do that kind of things, first of all, you put your camera on a tripod. The first picture I took was the sofa. That was my base, and I cut it out. After that, I took the different picture, all on the same setting. Everything has to be seamless, as your background and your foreground has to be the same. So this one was done with the 50mm, but you can go 24, you can go 35. If you want to use a prime lens, it's easier because it won't move. You position yourself, you're using whatever you can to take picture. Can be a self timer. Try to put yourself on this kind of position in 10 seconds. It's almost impossible. I tried. That's why I took the remote control. You can click, and if you have a clicker for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, you cut your sofa out, you cut yourself out, and you position one on top of the other. And after that, you can add a different background. I had this kind of sky. I kind of like this one because it goes well with the brown. You have to look at the color. This one, you have this one, and gray kind of storm. We'll go with this one for today. Let me put myself here. You can do a stamp. What is missing in that picture? The shadows. Because if you have a levitation over a surface with some light on it, that means your body has to create some shadows. I use curve, and I put curve at darker. That's all I did for all of them. And 100%. Curve. Go darker. Mask and invert. Now I can put the shadow wherever I want. Take a brush, maybe a little bit bigger, and I just need the layer to be darker here, and that's all you do your shadows. And if it's too dark, you can reduce it after. And I put them in a group. To do that, you put all your shadows together and you put them in a group, and that way you can shut the group down and just look at with and without the group. You're going to do another stamp. After that, you can modify this one. You can go on curve and see if you go all darker. It's always good to keep all your experiment in a PSD that you can come back to and change thing to it. I'll do another stamp just to show you. Alien Skin is one of my favorite. They have exposure X2, exposure X3. I'll reset that. When you get on the platform of exposure X2, and they are all similar, on the left side you have different preset, different kind of film. I like the Polaroid to bring the color to be seamless. It's to make it more believable. That's all. This is kind of cool. I like the dark blue on this one. See, that's kind of bringing all the color together. That's what I like about that. Okay, when you're done on that side, you can go play with that side. And on that right side, you have all kind of goodies that you can use. First of all, you have your basic function. That you have the sharpening. If you have noise, you can do noise reduction. You can play with the saturation. You have your curve that you can play with. You can add a vignette if you want. And when you add a vignette, you can place the vignette. I don't like to put too much of it though, just a little bit. You have the border that you can use. And when you do a border, it goes inside of your image, as you can see. And that's sometimes not what you want to do. What else do we have? You have light effect. Let's see while using this one. The only things you can do is you can move it from one side to the other or from up to down. But you cannot play with that. And that's something that on the next upgrade, you will probably be able to move it around. And that's interesting. What else do we have here? You have texture, same thing, you can upload your own. Okay, you have your sharpen, your blur, and that's for infrared if you want to do some glow, fog, glow only. But like I do normally, I'm not doing it now because I want a base image that I can add things to it depending of what I want to do. And now, if I want to do something else, I'll go to Filter, Alien Skin, Exposure 2, and now if I want to add my glow, I will. This is my master file. I will keep it, File, Save, and I can come back to it whenever I want. Layer, Flatten Image, and File, Save As, TIFF. If you want to do a frame, you can go to Image, Canvas Size, and I like to work in inches, 24.96, 24.96, and 16.97, 16.973. Press OK, and now you have a frame that is outside of your picture, you don't crop in, and that can be File, Save As, TIFF, and I can put with frame, save. And that's it for this week. Next week we'll do a class on multiplicity, how to do it in the field, and after that with Photoshop. Till then, keep shooting. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask them. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Ciao. Enjoy your day, and ciao, ciao.
¡Eso, Dian!